Hey everyone, this is Michael with the general reading for Aries Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the month of December 2020. Hello and welcome, whether you're watching this for yourself or cross-watching for another individual with Aries placements. We are at the end of the year. I want to wish you all happy holidays for those of you who observe those. It has been a crazy past 12 months, that's for sure, and I think there's going to be quite a bit of interesting energy that we are going to be ending off the year on as well, because we have two eclipses. One we actually already experienced in November. We also have the great conjunction between Saturn and Jupiter, and we even have a full moon right at the end of the month as well. So there's a lot of really powerful endings and new beginnings that are happening all simultaneously. There's a bit of a shift, and that's not to say that things are magically going to get better or things are just going to change overnight, but we are at a turning of a chapter in a very powerful and profound way. I will be talking more about that as we're pulling cards. If you want to learn more about the astrology or want to just have a list of all the dates of the aspects and transits, I have a link in the description box down below for the astrology blog to this month's video. I do also have links for personal readings, Reiki sessions, and donations for those of you who feel so called. All of that is down below. I really do appreciate all of you who have supported this channel with your likes, shares, comments, and subscribes. It's because of all of you I've been able to continue putting out this content and doing this incredible work, and it's just been amazing to have you along this journey, and I hope you have learned a lot and gained a lot from it just as much as I have. So I want to pull some cards for you here. I have been, in some of the other videos, making a completely dedicated part of the video to the astrology, but at this point, it's just, these videos have gotten so long. Everyone, I apologize that it's taken so long for me to get to you, Aries. I still have several other signs to get to as well. But it's just been a lot energetically, I'm not gonna lie, and I think a lot of people have just felt very drained and just really feel the weight of the times that we are in, and kind of the energy collective. So interesting. The first two cards that come out for you, the Moon and the Nine of Wands. Yeah, a lot of my Aries. Interesting. And the Eight of Cups. So a lot of my Aries, you're feeling very tired, very exhausted, and maybe a bit lost in the dark or wandering in the woods by yourself. And I get the sense for a lot of you, this has been something that's been prolonged. Really trying to find your sense of direction, walking away from things that are no longer serving you, things that are broken. Or maybe you just realized your happiness is going to come from someplace else. You're not going to find happiness in the situation you're in or the relationships you're in. And I'm being drawn to this crescent moon imagery in both of these cards. And it's again, it's this time of darkness, this time of low light, not having a lot of illumination in this crescent phase, and not feeling the sense of direction. Some of you feel like you've just been going on and on and on, and you don't really know if there's an end in sight, but there is, actually, with the Nine of Wands here. You are so close to reaching your goal, you might not even see it anymore. Maybe when you first started climbing this staircase, there was a full moon, there was so much light, it was so clear. But now as things have become darker, you lost sight of it. Or maybe you started to question the path you were on. But again, I feel very strongly with my Aries collective, there's something you've been walking away from. And with the eclipse that happened in your third house in Gemini on November 3rd, You might have isolated yourself, you might have spent more time alone. That's a way I'm actually interpreting that for this collective. You quite literally distance yourself from other people, and we are in lockdown again, a lot of us are, so it could have something to do with that. But I feel like you've kind of retreated from something, and you're now going towards something else, but it feels very dark or very uncertain, murky. Man, you have a lot of cards coming out for you. Let's try again. That's too many. Yeah, it feels like there's a lot of things happening all at once with all these cards falling out. A lot of the time the deck will communicate to me in different ways, more than just the cards that come out, the way they come out. And I keep getting just these blocks that are just, it's too much. Like I can't read all these, okay? I can't read like an eighth of the deck. Let's kind of refine this here. Page of Wands, or the Daughter of Wands. Yeah, some of you are going through a really significant spiritual awakening right now. You could be trying to move towards something that's creative, or something you're really passionate about, pursuing your passion, but honestly, with all of this energy of, you know, the Nine of Wands in particular, you're feeling really burdened. And it's hard for you to stay inspired, to stay in this Page of Wands energy. And I actually feel like this is part of the spiritual process for you. So much of this year has been restriction and limitation. It's showing us what's not working. We could literally not continue going the way we were going. And so everything had to change. And maybe some of you are walking away from something you thought you would see the end to. And that's why you're so exhausted. You put so much of your energy into something. Big release energy, I'm really getting that. And it actually feels connected to community, friendships, all of those third house things, your mind. You're realizing something and it's changing things. And I think you're still kind of in the wake of this energy. Some of you haven't had this realization yet what this is or what this means for you. You do also have the Justice card in the reverse. I don't ordinarily read reversals with this tarot deck, but this energy feels like it's reversed. I'm kind of just intuiting. Something feels unfair, something feels unbalanced. You've been doing all of this work and you're still not seeing some result. Or you've been doing all this work and somebody else hasn't. Could be involving a Libra, but to be honest, this feels very, very personal. I don't feel like I'm picking up on a lot of other people's energy for your reading right now, Aries. This feels like it's about you and your life path and how you're moving forward. Maybe some of you are having, it could be a legal situation that's kind of a literal interpretation of the Justice card here, but it could just be bureaucracy in general. There could be some delays or some paperwork or something that hasn't been fully processed and you're just kind of waiting on. Whew. Let's pull some animal wisdom. That's actually what I'm shuffling for right now. Wow, Aries, this feels heavy. It feels like you've been going through some really hard times, some really intense energy, and when I see the moon, it does make me think of Dark Night of the Soul energy as well. Your emotions might have been very strong. You might have been going through a depression or a lot of anxiety. And it's like you're moving towards something else and you don't even know what that is. It's like you're going into the unknown. Spider. And spider is kind of this energy, this message of staying in the flow, continuing to weave this web. When you actually watch a spider create a web, it's almost like it's in a trance. And that's interesting that it's coming out with this Page of Wands. There could be something creative that you're supposed to get into again or reconnect with. Maybe that has to do with story writing. Sometimes spider is associated with story. Could also be with music, creativity, anything that helps you experience that flow. That's what spider is really about. And when we are in our flow state, we create this web. Abundance comes to us. So it's waiting for something to come to you, but doing something that feels very natural at the same time. That's kind of your advice for the first part of this month. And I can see why that feels stressful or anxious, anxiety-inducing, I should say. Because there's so much uncertainty, it's like, why would I take the time to do that now? But when you have your energy in your body, which is what happens when we are in flow, when we're doing something we love, it's like our soul is fully in our body. That's when we become our strongest energetically. That's when we have a spark, a light in our eyes that we didn't have before. And we're able to manifest very powerfully. And with the new moon eclipse that's happening on the 14th, that's a solar eclipse. It's a very powerful new moon. It's happening in the sign of Sagittarius. And what's interesting about this specific eclipse is that it is actually 3 degrees off of the galactic center. And so for you specifically, Aries, the way I could see this working for you, you're supposed to really be learning a lot about spirituality, reconnecting with that, or learning new concepts, maybe learning about different cultures or different belief systems. Anything that can expand your horizon. That's really how I think of the 9th house. It's all the stuff that broadens us, broadens our perspective. Maybe there is education for some of you. Pursuing a degree or learning a new skill. It is a house of travel. Obviously, with the way the world is right now, though, I'm a little skeptical that's what that's going to be for all of you. Although it could be manifesting going to where you want to be, if that's a different part of the world. Wow. Yeah, there's a major dark night of the soul energy. You have the Death card, again. Kind of heavy energy, letting things go, walking away from something. It feels like, I don't have the 10 of Wands on the table here, but I feel like Aries, even if you tried starting on new things, it's like you're still trying to bring all this old stuff with you, or it's like you're trying to do so many things at once. You really need to let something go. There is an end of a cycle here for you, and that's not necessarily bad. I know that people see the Death card and we kind of think of it as like this negative card. It could actually mean the end of your suffering, if you let it. And to be honest with you, with all of this energy you've been dealing with, I'm actually not too worried to see this Death card. I feel like this is actually very needed. But it could possibly manifest as some of you for endings of things that make you feel really unstable. But it's important that you keep listening to your heart, keep listening to your intuition with this Page of Cups, this Daughter of Cups. I actually want to clarify, why is the Death card here? Mother of Cups. For some of you, this could be a Scorpio energy. I'm actually getting a very strong mediumship energy here, because the Mother of Cups is very, very intuitive. She's almost the psychic character of the court cards here. You might be picking up on energy from people who have passed on, or maybe from spirit guides or angels. But specifically, it does feel like those who are departed. You are definitely getting messages with this Page of Cups. So that's interesting. What is going on? Why is this happening? As you are walking away from something, leaving something behind, going into something new with the Five of Swords and the Knight of Cups here, you are being guided by your dearly departed. It could be family related. You're walking away from a family situation or a work situation, but it feels like someone is coming through walking with you. They're walking with you. That's really interesting. And I guess for some of you, it could be a water sign who's doing this with you. You're not walking away alone. They walk with you. They walk with you. That feels like the right message. Yeah, Saturn and Jupiter conjunction in your 11th house. There really could be like a social group you're walking away from. And this is a general reading. I don't suspect this applies to all of you, but it actually does make me feel like some of you are walking away from like a group that is not healthy. It could be something like a cult. It could be something like a group that is just really making you feel unworthy or fearful. And there could be someone who leaves with you. Yeah, that's almost this carrot on the stick energy. And it might not be a cult, it could be like a pyramid scheme or something like that for some of you too. It's going to apply to all of you differently. The way it manifests in your life doesn't really matter. But you've been sort of told, like, oh, just keep going, just keep going. And if this is a situation where it's other people telling you this and trying to profit from you or gain something from you, I feel like, Aries, you're walking away. For others of you, it's you letting go of the things that are no longer serving you so you can finally reach towards something that is meant for you. And give yourself that last bit of push that you need to create something new. Whew. But yeah, I really do feel like there is this walking away, this ending here. And it feels like it could be with a water sign. There is so much water on the table here. And you're finding your people. Maybe that's all this is really about. It's like you're finding the connections that actually do work for you. And there's been a lot of lessons for you. There's been so much focus on your career in the past couple of years, Aries, so I do feel like there could be a career change some of you are making, or in the process of making, because we've had Saturn in Capricorn, and we even had Jupiter there last year as well. There's just been so much emphasis on your midheaven. And this full moon in Cancer, right at the end of the month, it is possibly bringing about change in your home, or a change with your family, or the way that you relate to your childhood. doing a bit of shadow work maybe. Let's pull one more animal card here. What is the animal wisdom for Aries? What is the animal wisdom for Aries? We have moth. And it's interesting because this is kind of my Dark Night of the Soul card. Because when we are in the moth energy, there's actually multiple energies that we can be in. And the way this is sort of feeling is like you're retreating inward, you're going inward. We all kind of are this month in a way, because everything is shut down again, everything's locking down. You're going back to the chrysalis, you're going back into your cocoon, I should say, and you're dissolving. And you might feel like you're closed off from the world, but there's this beautiful transformation that's taking place. And the thing with moth energy, it's like you could be drawn to the flame. You could be drawn to something that is shiny and feels warm, but it's actually quite destructive for you. And for some of you, this is the people in your life. Use your discernment here, though, if this message is for you. I would just tell you with this moth card, don't be so quick to try and solve everything right now. Because there is this profound spiritual energy that is moving through you right now. There's a lot of change. You're going through kind of a spiritual crisis in a way. And I even see this Cobra card at the bottom of the deck too. And this is actually touching on something else I was feeling earlier. I do get the sense that some of you are quite literally manifesting a teacher or a mentor, and that could be kind of happening with this eclipse energy on December 14th, so possibly around that time, especially in the weeks before or after. But really, whenever we have an eclipse, its influence affects us for the next 6 months. So there could be someone who you are studying under, or someone you are following online, who is really giving you a lot of insight and is helping you see things differently, helping you kind of heal or get back into your alignment. But it doesn't feel like it's quick work. Some of you really do need to be meditating as well. Especially if there's a really emotional situation, which I kind of feel like there is. Sometimes when we're in that emotional state, we catastrophize, or we make things mean more than they actually mean. And that's okay that happens. We're human beings. We respond, we have reactions to things, but we need to just be aware that we have those reactions and that we might not be seeing things clearly in those moments. And meditation can kind of help us observe our reactions, sit with ourselves, and kind of see this process. There is something about travel, though, or someone from a different culture, with Zebra at the bottom of the deck, too. So maybe it's not you physically going to someone, again, because of the way the world is right now, or you could be planning this much further down the road. I actually felt like I heard ayahuasca. The word ayahuasca came into my mind. For some of you, that might be something you're feeling called to do. Pay attention if that is how if you feel that resonates with you, or that's been something that's been kind of on your mind, that might be a confirmation. But you're going through some really powerful initiation, and it feels like you're manifesting someone to either help you, or teachings that can help you, a belief system, or this philosophy, some sort of knowledge that can help you navigate this energy that you've been in. And I feel like you're actually going through a very incredible process, because I can tell you, as someone who does this work, there's almost always an initiation. In fact, there's usually several. So you're going to go through this initiation, and I do feel like there's someone who is going to help guide you, or maybe even multiple people. bringing in a new perspective. But it feels new. It feels like you're learning something new. It doesn't feel like you're going back to someone you followed before or listened to before. Maybe this is a meditation teacher as well, or meditation style, I don't know. Is there anything else? I'm going to pull a color healing card. And you're welcome to use this color in whatever way feels right to you. I think it's just a nice way to kind of come out of a challenging or heavy reading and give us something to work with afterwards. Interesting. Purple. Develop mental clarity. We were just talking about this with meditation. Yeah, some of you are really connecting to the third eye and the crown. So let's see. Purple helps with eyesight, hearing, and bringing back a sense of smell, clears mental complexes, negativity, and inflammation, and aids with rheumatism, pain, and the healing of the bones. Creating a connection between your body, mind, and soul, purple also brings positivity and success. Use purple to clear your mind and let go of negativity. Light a purple-colored candle and focus your attention on it. Become aware of any negative thoughts or feelings that you are experiencing, saying each aloud as you burn the candle. Imagine the negativity being consumed by the flame of the candle, then say the following statement: Divine Intelligence, please delete this negative thought from my mind, body, and energy field. Now, focus on creating a positive state of mind. Say positive affirmations that can help you feel more inspired and peaceful in your life. Say, Divine Spirit, please install thoughts and feelings of clarity, peace, and gratitude. Keep practicing this exercise until your mind is purified of all negativity. Another thing that came to mind before we even started talking about flame, interestingly enough, is the violet flame. It's an energy healing practice or technique that some people use. It can kind of clear out your aura. It can do a lot of cleansing and a lot of very powerful healing. Some of you feel like you need to work with the violet flame. That might actually be part of this initiation. But I do feel like this purple color in general, regardless of how you feel you are called to use it, can be very helpful for you. It can help you develop the sense of clarity and the sense of spiritual connection with the crown. So yeah, I hope this was all helpful. Be sure to hit like and subscribe. Let me know in the comment section down below, what is it that you're learning about? Who are these teachers who are coming into your life? What are these belief systems that are coming into your life? I think it's actually going to help you and radically alter your path for the better, but right now it just feels very confusing and maybe even depressing or painful. So be kind to each other in the comments as well. I do have links down below if you're looking for personal readings for more individual guidance, or maybe some Reiki to help you move through this intense energy. And I will see you all in the next video. Take care, Aries, and have a happy December.